guys, don't you just love that card? So we're going to go ahead and make that card today. We are using the Winterwood stamp set out of the holiday catalog. This stamp set you need to add to your collection. It is going to be one of those stamp sets that you're going to use like lovely as a tree. Just because it says Winterwoods, you can use this set. I can see spring, I can see all kinds of different things you're going to use with these trees. I'm turning this into a fall card. We have this saying on here, thinking of you this season. That is holiday. However, you can cover up that and just use thinking of you. And I'm going to actually show you how we're going to do that today. So let's go ahead and get started. What you're going to need for cardstock is your A2 card base is So Saffron, and this is cut at 5.5 by 8.5, fold at 4 1/4. You're also going to need a piece of Cajun Craze. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. You're going to need a piece of Old Olive. This is cut 1.5 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need a piece of Whisper White. This is cut at 3.5 by 4. So you're going to need your Stamparatus. If you're not familiar with the Stamparatus, this is it. It comes with 2 plates, and you get a foam mat, and you also have 2 magnets on the bottom. The magnets, I just put some duct tape on with a little handle to make them easier for me to maneuver around. You can just leave them plain if you want. The only thing is, do not put these 2 magnets together. They will shatter and break. That's why a lot of people who use the magnets will have them wrapped in some kind of tape. So if they do shatter, they're all contained. So this is a very strong magnetic bottom on here. And your plates, you're going to have 2 plates. So you would just put these plates in like so. They go in at a 90-degree angle. And you can use it for multi-stamping. So if you have a stamp set that has multiple layers, you can use these plates. You can take them out, you can flip them around. It's very, very nice. And the nice thing about this is it has the open ends here. So you can have a big sheet of paper in here sticking out where it doesn't have to be a certain size to cut. So it also comes with a foam mat. So if you have, when you stamp out your photopolymer stamps, you would use your foam mat. When you're stamping with the red rubber, you would just take the foam mat out. So this set is a red rubber stamp set, so we're not going to use the mat today. So the ink colors we're going to use today will be Old Olive, Real Red, Cajun Craze, and Mango Melody. So with the Stamparatus, you will need something to clean your stamps off. This is called the Simple Chamois. It's $8 through Stampin' Up. As you can see, it's very inky. I've had it for a while now. And once the ink is in there, it doesn't come out. And all you need to do is just run it under water to activate it. And then you want to just let it air dry out. And then it'll get really hard. And all you have to do is just activate it again with water. I will just wring it out occasionally to get some of that ink out if I'm doing something really heavy with ink. But it's super thick and it's super nice to get your stamps clean. So we're going to use this. If you don't have that, you could use a wipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just do our stamping. So you're going to take your piece of Whisper White. So I'm just going to kind of position this in the middle here and put a magnet on one corner and put the other magnet on the other corner. Then you're going to take your trees and you're going to want to line this up with this stamp set. I should tell you guys, this stamp set had a lot of rubber. There was rubber all in between these trees and a lot of rubber on the extra rubber on the outside. I found that every time I stamped with it, I would get ink in between these and then that ink would transfer down on the paper. So I trimmed in between all these trees and it really helped a lot by not having the smear mark of the ink. So I will do that on some of my stamps that seem to give me trouble. It's the red rubber ones that give you the trouble like that. So you can set your trees down on the 4-inch side. You could also do it on the 3.5-inch side. It fits either way. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. I'm going to use it on the 4-inch side here. So my paper is going 4-inch this way and 3.5 this way. And then I'm just going to center it to put it, I kind of put them closer towards the bottom here. Left a little room up here because this is where we're going to stamp our thinking of you. So I'm just going to pick this up. And then what we're going to do is you're going to take your Mango Melody. And the other thing that you may want to have on hand, I'm just going to use my chamois, but you could also use a Q-tip or your finger, because if you get ink on the stems of these trees here, you're going to need to take that off. So you're going to use your Mango Melody and you're just going to rub it on these trees. Just make sure you cover the trees completely. You can tap it too if you want. So now you have some ink on these stems. So I'm just going to take my chamois and just pull that ink right off of there. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to need a marker. This marker I'm using is the Early Espresso. And I'm going to take the paintbrush side of the marker and I'm just going to go down the stems of the trees. And you're just going to go ahead and press this down. Isn't that pretty? I love it just the way it is right there. But we're going to go ahead and you're going to take your chamois and you're just going to rub this off. Again, if you don't have your chamois, then you can use your cleaner, the Stays-On cleaner, all-purpose cleaner. You can put that on top and then wipe it down with a soft dry cloth. You don't want to pick it up off of here yet because you're going to want it to stamp back down exactly on that same image. Now we're going to bring in our 3 colors, Old Olive, Real Red, and Cajun Craze, and we're going to swipe this on part of the tree here. So just on, I don't know, 1/3 of it, I guess. If you have the stamp spots, those would work too. They're a lot smaller. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about. These little guys, the Stampin' Spots. So now I'm going to do Real Red. It doesn't matter the order that you put these in. Right here, you want to rub at this spot here, not down here with your old ink pads. If you have the new ink pads, then you can rub on this side here where the foam is closest to the plastic. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to drag it up to the green. And you can go into the green a little, it's fine. And then the last one, Cajun Craze, I'm going to do the same thing right at the end here. And then again, if you drag some into the red, that's fine. Then I'm just going to make sure these stems of my trees are clean. I don't want colors in there. And then if you look at your stamp and you see there might be a line in there, you could tap this a little. It looks like everything's good. Sometimes when you drag it, if you drag it straight down, you're going to get the line. So you want to go across the trees. I think that helps with each color. It kind of blends together. Then you're just going to stamp this right over your previous image. Isn't that pretty? And then you just want to wash that off. But you guys could experiment with colors. I went through a whole mess of colors and these were the colors that I liked the best. I did use Rich Razzleberry on a couple of them, and that was really pretty too. So the next thing we're going to do is we're all done with the Stamparatus, so we're just going to put that away. So now we're going to bring in the Thinking of You This Season stamp, and we're going to put that on a block. We're going to use Cajun Craze to stamp that out. But before we do that, we're going to use some washi tape. You could use Scotch tape if you don't have washi tape. And we're just going to tape off this season and block that off. And then you're going to go ahead and just ink that up like you normally would. And then once you have it all inked, you're just going to peel off your washi tape. And just be careful when you stamp this. I have a lot of ink on the edge here, so I'm just going to pull that ink, most of that ink off, so I don't get a mark on my card. Again, I might end up trimming this, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I just stamp this right at the top of this card here. Just like that. So pretty. So now we're going to bring in, this is from Nature's Twine. This is the Blackberry Bliss out of there. We're going to bring this in and we're going to wrap it around the bottom of this card here. And then you're just going to tie it just in a little knot here. Tie it. And then you're just going to trim those edges off. And then I'm just going to slide it down on the bottom here. And I'm going to move my knot to the edge here. There we go. And then you're going to bring in your cardstock, and I'm just going to use my bone folder and just give this a good crease. You're going to layer your cardstock, your Cajun Craze is going to layer on top of your So Saffron. Then you're going to take your Old Olive and you're going to put that right in the center. And then this is just going to go right on top here. You could use the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals, or you can just glue it right down flat. And there you go. That's it to that card. Isn't that card so pretty? So I hope you guys enjoyed. So right now for the month of October, I'm running a special. When you purchase $50 pre-tax, pre-shipping in my shop, I will send you a free ink pad, StazOn Memento Tuxedo Black, Versamark, and the uninked ink pads are not included in this offer. When your order qualifies, I will email you and I will find out which ink pad you would like. And at the end of the month, I will place an order and you will get that ink pad within the next couple of weeks into November. So I'll leave all that information in the video description. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring that bell, and I also have a newsletter that I would love for you to sign up for. And it does give you the latest information from me and from Stampin' Up! Thanks for watching.